Hi, my name is Dr. J, and I'm the founder of PhyziX PT in Needham. We take a nervous system approach when it comes to treating orthopedic injuries. If you're walking, if you're running, if you're playing sports, you're not thinking about, I'm going to use my quads, I'm going to use my hamstrings, I'm going to use my calf. You're just going to do the task and expect everything to work properly in the background. And the best way I like to describe this is through an analogy I call the Detour analogy. So let's say it's your first day at a new job. You bring out your phone, you put in a GPS, and the GPS say it takes you 20 minutes. You get in the car, next thing you know, 20 minutes later, you're at the office. After a couple of days or after a week, you no longer need the GPS. You get in the car, next thing you know, you're there. Now that's how efficient movement is supposed to occur. But let's say you start driving one day and there's a detour and you have to take this right, hit a bunch of potholes, hit a bunch of traffic. Now it took you 40 minutes to get to the same place. And if you hit that same 40-minute detour over and over again, that becomes your new way of getting to the office. This is what happens when someone goes through an injury. 10 years ago, you twisted your ankle and then you start to limp a little bit and the ankle recovers, but you still hold on to a little bit of that limp. That fundamentally changes the movement pattern. And then you start running, you start doing exercises, and then suddenly you hurt your left hip. Well, that's another detour that you went through. And then you fell and hurt your right shoulder. Now that's another detour. All of these detours changes your movement pattern in some way. And suddenly you develop this back pain that came out of nowhere. And then you go to a traditional practice, treat your back. You never gain any real progress because that back pain could be a result of all the detours that you've taken in the past. Now imagine you take a left, and in the left, you hit a nice shortcut, missed the potholes, you missed the traffic, it took you 10 minutes to get to your destination. Your nervous system is primed to do things that's more comfortable and more efficient. So knowing this pathway exists, you're going to take it over and over again until now that becomes your new default. At PhyziX PT, we're not concerned about just looking at symptoms or where you might feel the pain. What we really want to do is look at the overall movement pattern of your whole body and change that. That way everything can work together in the precise manner that it needs. How does this work in real life? So every one of our clients starts with a 75-minute full evaluation, and we start off with a movement screen and figure out what is that current detour your body is taking. From there, we're going to design a detour exercises that's going to help reverse some of those old patterns you're stuck in and introduce new one that's going to make you feel better. If it does, then we know what is the good starting point to get you back to where you want to go. And we know that the exercises and the movement that we choose for you has the capacity to create these long-term changes. If this sounds like something that you never tried before, I recommend booking a call with someone on our team and figure out if this exact approach can be beneficial for the condition that you're dealing with.